I learned about this article from another YouTuber. And what I found interesting about this is when I tried to Google and find a news article, I couldn't find anything. I typed in NFL player beat up girlfriend, and the only thing that came up were all these articles of black NFL players and the photos of their mauled wives or girlfriends. They actually had the photos. They had the photos of the girlfriend and the NFL player. They were all black that beat up their wives and their girlfriends. The only way I found this article was I typed in Chad Wheeler's name. Then very few articles came up, but the strange thing about that, none of the articles contained the photo of his girlfriend. I found that to be quite interesting because that sets out a message that the only men or NFL players that beat up their wives and their girlfriends are the black men. I didn't see any photos of white guys that beat up their girlfriends. And this is what stereotypical image that's being sent out to the world, right? And I think that's why you hear so many black females praise white men and feel that white men are more of a gentleman than their own men. They don't think white men are capable of domestic violence or domestic abuse or pedophilia or rape. But like the article says, NFL's Chad Wheeler arrested after alleged. Notice they put the alleged there. The cops go to the home. They find the girl in the bathroom screaming, bloody, and Chad in there. But yet they said after alleged fight. Notice how they word this. So is this some sort of discrimination that's going on? After alleged fight with girlfriend, dislocated arm and bleeding. They just casually said that. And it's alleged. So when you put alleged in front of that, well, allegedly this is what happened, but it's really not true. It's really not factual. We really have no proof. But there is proof. But it's how the media delivers the article. Now, I'm going to read a portion of this. Follow me if you can. Seattle Seahawks old Chad Wheeler was arrested over the weekend after he allegedly got into a fight, and notice they have physical fight in quotes, with his girlfriend. And the allegations, again, that allegedly or allegations against the NFL players are disturbing. Wheeler, a 27-year-old who was a star at USC before his pro career began in 2017, was involved in an altercation, notice the wording, with his girlfriend in Kent, Washington, late Friday night, according to a police report obtained by Seattle Times. Now the link is there. You can go check out the original link for yourself or the original article for yourself. In the report, officers say they responded to a call that a woman had locked herself in a bathroom and called 911 claiming she was being killed following a fight with her boyfriend. The woman reportedly told cops that she was bleeding and had suffered a dislocated arm. This is what this woman is telling the police. Now, I'm sure that if this was a black man, this would have been treated a lot different. When cops arrived, they said in the report, now the media is getting this information from the report, but they're saying allegedly and allegations, and it was reported, right? When the cops arrived, They said in the report they heard screaming coming from the residence. When they entered the home, they said they continued to hear screaming coming from the bathroom, where they say they found Wheeler standing next to the woman. Cops in the report say they were told the altercation began after the woman refused to bow. Now, keep that word in your mind. This is going to get deeper, and this is why I put this on my WordPress, and this is why I'm reporting it after I saw it from another YouTuber. And he really didn't speak too much. He just had photographs in there, and I just felt I had to make this video for a reason, right? She refused to bow. Keep that word in your mind, bow. She refused to bow to the NFL player. Cops say that's when Wheeler allegedly grabbed the woman. They're still using that word allegedly, and they're there. Allegedly grabbed the woman, threw her on the bed, and choked her until she was unconscious. According to the report, when the woman regained consciousness, Wheeler said, "Wow, you're alive." So Wheeler says to her, "Wow, you're alive." So did he have motive and intent on killing this woman? Cops say that's when the woman locked herself in the bathroom to call for help. But yet when they got there, Wheeler was in the bathroom with the woman. And then it goes on. You can read the rest of it. I'm going to put the article on the bottom, but there's something I want you guys to see. Bow. Now, I'm not sure if these photos of his girlfriend are accurate. The one in the middle, there's another photo of her with just her. It looked like it came from a cell phone photo. So this might have been put on Instagram or Facebook or something, right? I'm not sure. So this is the alleged woman, which happens to be a so-called black woman, right? Interesting. Now, I did this article because you got people like Cynthia G and other black females that talk about their brag, you know, and how they love their brad and how they have to leave black men and get their brad because black men are just so horrible. Well, does this Brad get a free ride? No one pays attention to this? So this white man was actually capable of doing this to this black woman that refused to bow to him? Why did he want her to bow? Was he telling her that he was superior to her? Was he telling her that she was less than him? That she was still considered a slave or a mammy or a bedwench to him? That he felt she had to bow to? And she refused to, so he commenced to whooping her behind, right? So a lot of these so-called brads that y'all get involved with, black females, they're like this dude right here. You don't see it until you get into that relationship, and after all the flowery time has passed and, you know, he wined and dined you and made you feel impotent and made you feel like a queen that black men don't make you feel like, then his true self come out, right? A lot of y'all forget history. You forget what happened to your ancestors in slavery. You forget that not only women were raped and little girls were raped, but there were men that was a rape during captivity. And you guys now believe that he's not capable of doing these things, right? So this is her alleged photo right here. This is why all of the allegedlys and, you know, allegations and, you know, the report says and, you know, and all of this uncertainty, because this is Brad. They're protecting Brad. This is why you don't see her face, her battered face on Google. And I even went as far as typing NFL players beat up their girlfriends 2021. And I started getting old articles from 2016 and 19 whatever. All black men. So that image is on Google, that black men are the only ones that beat up their wives and their girlfriends, right? This is Brad right here, right? So, so I made this video because I wanted so-called swirlers. Well, his name is Chad, so that almost sounds like Brad. Take away the CH and add a BR, and you get Brad, right? So you have your Brad or your Chad, and you think you've made it because he's an NFL player. The dude, I'm sure he's got some money. So he's got money to trick on you, and make you feel important. I told a story about this woman locally here, this older black woman that decided to date this bus driver, It's an Italian bus driver, and this dude got some money, and he took her out and wined her, dined her. But guess what? There were other black females that he was sleeping with as well. There's other black females that he was tricking on. So he wasn't really interested in her, and she was all set to marry this guy, and she just thought that she found her knight in shining armor that wasn't a black man, right? And come to find out, he was sleeping with a whole lot of other black females just for the sex. And he didn't mind spending his money. But again, that's what a lot of black females want. They want the money. They want the things. They sell themselves. That's why you see a lot of black females on Instagram putting their butt up to the screen, and then they wonder why black men don't want them and why black men go to other races. And the only time you find a black man that desires you is if he want to have sex with you, and then he gets you pregnant and leave you, and then you think all black men are bad. But I'm gonna put a link to this article in the bottom. You can read it and check it out for yourself. But this is to all the swirling black females out there that think that Brad is the one, right? And there's other articles out there of Brads, man, that wanted their black girlfriends or wives to role play that he was the slave master and she was the slave, and that's why they have websites out there like Ghetto Gaggers, and black females, as long as you paying them some loot, they down with it. And these guys spit in their face and their mouth and just do a lot of crazy things to them. But yet they get on the internet and talk about how bad black men are, that they have to walk away from black men. Although many black men have already walked away from them. So I don't know how you can walk away from somebody that already walked away from you. So feedback, tell me what you think, subscribe, click on the Cash App, support the channel. Till next time, I'm fearless.